And then I caught my first gang-related murder in 1990, and I took a 6-year deal on that. And I did 3.5 from January 1890 to May 1493. We was, poisoning our people, selling crack cocaine, and, we was having cars and money, was able to get motels without an ID and make a lot of money. My name is Marquis Carter, AKA Keke. I was born and raised in Long Beach, California. I went to John Muir Elementary School. I got kicked out of John Muir, and then I went to Pris in Lakewood Elementary School and graduated. When we lived on the west side, my mom and dad broke up, and we moved back to the east side, which where we was originally from. So a lot of the guys on the west side, they turned on me and my brother, and they started bullying us, taking money, taking our food, things like that, our bus money to get back on the bus. And some of the gangs on the east side, my cousin was from Insane Angels. And I was like, man, I want to get jumped in because these guys on the west side, they keep on bullying me. So I got jumped in, and they started taking me to school. They started letting them dudes see me and chase them. And I became like popular of the school, and I put Insane Crip on the wall and orange spray paint, and I was practicing gang writing in my classroom, and they matched the gang writing in my locker. I mean, inside my table on the wall, and they kicked me out.
So what year was this all going on in elementary?
1981. I was 11. Back then, I mean, we were snatching purses, breaking in houses, stealing bicycles, fixing them up and selling them, and just, in the street surviving the best way we can, because it was hard back then, and, a lot of families was poor, and so we did what we did in the streets.
And you was staying with your mom?
Yeah, my dad left in 1983 after my mom and dad broke up, and I never saw him again after I was 13.
Never saw him even up till now?
Yep. He went to Nashville, Tennessee, and we never saw him. He never sent for us, so.
So this guy was in your life up until around age 12 or 13, and then...
Yeah, 1983, when I was 13, that's when he left Long Beach, and I never saw him again, ever.
Have you ever looked back to think of what kind of impact that had on you as a kid?
Oh, it was a big impact, because I was used to him. And he was my go-to person, just growing up, him telling me what's wrong, what's right, and what I should do and not to do when I was in the streets. And then, a lot of my big homies, they became my dad because they showed me love. They showed me how to survive.
Did your brother get involved in the streets too?
Yeah, right after me, 82.
So you younger, but he came after you?
Yeah, he liked the attention. Everybody was coming by asking for me, and a lot of people will follow me to the park, and I'll walk right up in the park and hit the drink, hit the weed, and what's up, homie? And everybody like, damn, he is from Insane. So, they was just fascinated by it. A lot of the people at my junior high school, because, we was young back then, and here I am around full-fledged gang members at a young age. We lived right in the heartbeat.
Okay.
Right in the heartbeat of the hood. As soon as you stepped outside, it was going on. Shooting dice, lowriders, Cadillacs. Lowriders dropped to the ground, Cadillacs on both sides of the street, gambling, all the stuff. Selling weed.
At some point, your mom knew that her two sons was hanging out in the streets. What was her first, what did she say to you first when she found out?
I was letting it go through one ear out the other, something I wish that I didn't do. Them ain't your friends, them your associates. Your best friend is a dollar bill. A dollar bill will never cross you. It'll never do nothing to you. A friend or the guys in the streets, they can cross you at any time, men and women. And it took me to get a life sentence for me to process that. But it's a magnet, so, they was with me every day, 24/7. A lot of times, we'll put on clothes so we didn't have to go home. And I'm spending the night at Whoop-de-Whoop house, so I was always gone a lot, so I was trying to be better than a lot of my friends that had lowriders, had different cars, that had money, that it was like a competition thing where I wanted you to recognize me type of thing. And it ended up biting me in the behind later. 1985, that's when everything, I ain't gonna say, well, it did change for the worse, because we was, poisoning our people, selling crack cocaine, and, we was having cars and money, was able to get motels without an ID and make a lot of money. And things was coming to us where we didn't have to snatch a purse or break in a house and stuff like that. And a lot of my uncles and different people in my neighborhood that own stuff, they end up on it real bad. I'm talking about people that own barbershops and restaurants and repairing shoes and stuff like that. You seen a lot of people it just went downhill, especially now. You look and you realize, we messed up a lot of people, And in my mind back then, well, they gonna take the money somewhere else, so I might as well get it. But I was making them sicker and sicker in their sickness. Some of them still ain't broke the habit.
Now, before you caught your serious life sentence, were you catching smaller cases along the time while you're going through your late teens, early 20s?
Nah, 1985, I went to camp for snatching a purse. And then I went to jail in 88 for getting caught with a gun. That was just some county time. I was in and out the county jail in the gang module, LA County, for traffic tickets, hydraulic tickets, caught with a gun, stuff like that.
Explain to the people what the gang module was like back in the 80s, and what is the gang module, and why did the gang module even exist in the LA County jail?
They said if you want to be with your friends, go to this guy right here in the green jacket. And I said, hey, man, I'm a Crip. Can you send me to the gang module where my friends at? So they took me in the room and interviewed me, took a picture of me, and housed me down there. A lot of fighting, stabbings, riots. Different gangs didn't get along with each other. When you come out to the yard, to the day room, it was a lot of fights. Going to court, things like that. It was a lot of fighting. It was going down. I wanted to go because that's my street family. So I'm an extra head. So if something go down, I'm an extra head, because a lot of gangs in LA County back then, if it was only like 9 of y'all against 30, when you come out, you gonna get towed up, especially if you got weapons. So it was a lot of different gangs. It wasn't that many of them. So they couldn't get on the phone and dudes, argue about that, and a fight or start behind that or whatever. It was a lot of different stuff was going on in there that, it was the best of the best. It was whoever won back then.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.